it could be father, who knows. There you go. I know, you take it so gently, don't you? Yum yum. And some more? Good, isn't it? Everybody's really noisy today. There you go. There's your child sitting over there on the other chair. Do you want to try some? Or are you still a bit nervous? That's the peewee there. It's a magpie lark. Oh, and the kookaburra is scaring them away. Oi! That's a bit cheeky. You're going to take the whole thing, are you? Oh, okay. Slam it around. Everybody's coming over. Hello. No fighting. And you're coming too? Okay. I'm going to have to go and get some more meat. There's not enough for everybody. You guys are very hungry tonight, aren't you? Here comes the little baby. He's a bit nervous still. You going to take some? Come here, Cookie. Let me take some of this. Hello. Yes, I know. Let me take some. Here you go, little one. I'll give it to the butcher bird. This is the butcher bird again. There you go. Come on, little baby. Yeah, I'll throw some for you. There you go. Oh, the kookaburra wants it. You guys are all just fighting tonight, aren't you? There's the magpie lark, that black and white one. Oh, there it goes again. There he is. Oh, everybody's just flying all over the place, going crazy tonight. Magpie lark. We call them peewees. It's kind of like a magpie, but smaller. Oh, and there's the currawong. Everyone's here tonight. It's been a really hot day. Mid-30s centigrade. Really hot day. I don't think the birds have had much to eat. Ibis is down there. He'll probably come up shortly. G'day guys, welcome back. It's been almost a week since I've done a pour. I know you guys have been seeing me because I've been uploading videos, but I actually haven't done one for a week. I've been so busy. So when I have a day off like today, Sunday, I might do 3 or 4 pours, and then I'll upload them during the week when I'm working. Now, do you remember? Sounds like a song. Do you remember this one here? This little guy that I did. I was just practicing to get these beautiful, nice, big floating cells, and I used pink and gold and black, and I layered them in the cup. Just did the little card. So I'm going to go again today, but instead of layering the paints in a cup, I'm just going to pour them in. When I started pouring a couple of years ago, that's what I did. I actually just poured all my paints into the cup, none of this layering. So I'm going to go back to that today, just reinvent it, and see if I can get more gold to show up. Anyway, we'll have a look. So I have got, my pouring medium is the same as I've been using recently, 70% glue, this is Elmer's glue oil, and 30% water. So 700 grams of glue to 300 grams of water. And I'm going to do a beginner's video and I'll show you how to mix that up. I know it seems basic, but a lot of people seem to be asking, how do you mix your pouring medium and then how do you mix it to your paint? So I'll do a video. Cells, we're using the Treadmill silicone, 100% silicone oil. And I think I will do, actually I'll climb up there and show you the consistency before I add the oil in. I did basically 50-50 for these two, the black and the plum. So equal parts pouring medium to paint, and the gold I thickened up as always, so I did 60 grams of pouring medium and 90 grams of paint. I'll show you the consistency of that one as well. It looks really thick, but it needs to be like that. Otherwise your gold just vanishes. Right, let's see if you can see in here. See that nice mound on a mound? Leaves a ribbon on top. So that's what you want for your flip cups. And that gold, now it looks as if it's leaving a much bigger mound on a mound. Probably feels a little bit thicker, but it needs to be like that, otherwise your gold's just going to all blend in with your other colours. It'll disappear and you won't even see it, so you have to thicken your metallics up. People say, oh, my metallics are sinking, they must be too heavy, I'll make them thinner. That's not the case. They need to be thicker so that they can stay individual and not blend into the other colours. So what will I do? I think I'll just put 4 drops in each of these two. Not a very big surface here. It's just one of my 30 by 40 centimetre cards that I've cut down, so it's 30 by 30, which I guess is 12 by 12 inches. Yeah, so that's what I've been using. Give it a good stir in. Need to get that oil all the way down to the bottom. If you're doing a swipe, you don't want to mix your paints in, your oil in as much, because usually with your swipe it's a thinner mix, so you don't need to mix it in as much. Rightio, so I don't even know how much paint I've got here. I'm just going to pour it until it's about 3/4 full, I guess. So I'm going to start with the black. Put most of it in. I'm not sure, as I said, how much I want to use. And then I think I'll go with the gold. So up high, pour it in. Pretty much poured it all in. I'm not scraping it out. And then with the plum, again up high, because you want it to go all the way to the bottom. There we go. Pour all that in, and again I won't scrape it out. I think I've got plenty of paint. So there we go, done. How easy is that? So hopefully it's all been mixed beautifully in there. See that? Look at that. You get a really lovely blending of colours when you just pour it in, because it's mixing in the cup. When you layer, it's layered in the cup, and then it doesn't kind of mix until you do your drag. So anyway, I'm just seeing if I can get some different cells, I guess, from pre-mixing. So the gold I'm using is Bling. This is a limited edition colour. I don't think you can get it anymore, but you can just get the normal metallic gold from Global. It works as well. Now this is the Plum that I make myself. So it's just in a different container. If you want to see how I make it, I've got a video on how I mix different colours. So that's the Plum, and then the black. I wasn't quite sure if the Plum and the black were going to be too dark, but it seems to be okay because the gold's light. I'm hoping that the gold and the plum will kind of mix a bit and I'll get a lighter pinky colour. And then where the black and the plum mix, I'll get a darker plummy colour. So hopefully I'll get the best of both worlds. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip this over. Actually, what I'm going to do, I've got a little bit of black left there. Let me put some water in it, and I'm going to paint my edges. Thin out that black just a touch. There's no oil in the black, so it doesn't matter if I'm going to add water and then stir it again. Once you've added your silicone, you really don't want to add any more water and stir again. You just need to leave it. So make sure you get your consistency right beforehand. Now with this pour, I just want to do a nice big circle. Pop that there. I'll no doubt end up going over the corners anyway. I did on the other one. I thought I wasn't going to, but I ended up going over, so because I've got so much paint in this cup. Way too much for this little surface. It can just be a little safety net in case I don't get that far, eh? But I'm pretty sure I will. Okay, let's do this. Oh, how gorgeous is that? Look at those colours. Wish I didn't get this messy bit here. Kind of of spoils the whole thing, doesn't it? Got some lovely gold striping through there. Hopefully there's gold cells in here. Lots of bubbles. Maybe if I flip faster and then actually take that right off the surface, then I won't get that. I'll have to experiment with it a little bit, but I'll no doubt tilt that off. Okay, let's do some torching. Not too much. I don't want too many cells. I want lots of background like I got in my other one. I've got lots of bubbles, so let's just pop them. There's a hair stuck, or something stuck to my little bamboo skewer. I think I need to go into the kitchen and get a new bamboo skewer. Come on. It's kind of lost its point. It's a bit blunt. It's not doing a very good job of popping bubbles. Need to go and grab another one. Oh, look at all these. See, I don't want to torch too close to pop them, because I don't want too many cells. So, alright, so I've got plenty here. Those gold cells popping up, which is what I was hoping that would happen. So I'm going to torch across the top here and get a few more cells. I'm getting, you probably can't see it, but I'm getting plum cells here in this darker sort of a plum, and they're not going to be very noticeable. They won't be very attractive. Plum on plum's just not going to be good. You need gold on plum or plum on gold. So those ones aren't going to be the best. Alrighty, I think that's probably enough torching. Come on, pop. No, he says no, I'm not going to do it. I'll start tilting and we'll see what happens. I really would like to tilt this section off here that's got the plum on plum, but then I'm going to lose all that, and that's really pretty, so I'm going to have to keep that. I think I'll probably tilt this end off first, so let's turn it around. Although the first thing I do when I'm just doing a square canvas or a round canvas, I just like to do one big circle first. So let's just do that. It's basically just going to touch all the edges there. I'll get rid of that bit that I don't like. Come around, touch those bits. Okay, and then we'll go back into the middle and we'll have a look and see what we've got. Wow, look at these. They look like gold coins. This bit, as I was suspecting, isn't going to do much. Okay, so now that you've gone once round, you can decide what you want to do. So we need to go for our 4 corners now. And where did I leave? I left the weight of the paint up here, didn't I? So let's continue. Since the weight of the paint's already there, we'll go for that corner. Come back, and the next corner. It seems a little bit dark in here this morning. It's only early, it's 8 AM. I guess it's a little bit dark in my studio. I'm going to have to get that off. Take some of that plum on plum off. Run my finger under there so you can see where the edge of the surface is. I like the colours, they're quite royal, aren't they? It's just upped it a notch from that bright pink that I used in the last pour. Okay, so we'll take the weight of the paint back down. Try not to overstretch everything. We'll go to that corner down there. I thought I had plenty of paint, but it's quite stretching, isn't it? really taking its time. It's getting this bit of a gold wobble off the side there as I'm going down for that corner. And back. So take the weight of the paint back to the middle, and then I can, see these cells are quite small, so if I take the weight of the paint back here and then go that way, I can stretch these out. Like so. Now with this corner, I want to keep these, so I'll just try and get that blob off, and then that'll be it done. Get towards the corner and then change directions. I better hang on to it, hadn't I, before I lose the whole thing off, slide off the cookie rack. Okay, that'll do. Don't mind keeping a tiny little corner. I'll tilt it this way so you can see, otherwise I've got it with its back to the window and it's a bit dark. Okay, and there we go. Done, like a dinner. So I much prefer this area here where I've got those beautiful gold cells. So the gold's really shown up in this one. The background isn't as black and murky. If you remember, when I did my layering, I put the black into the cup first. So when I flipped it, the black was on top. I'll show you in a minute. I'll take my gloves off and I'll show you the other one. And hopefully you can see the difference from having the black on the top, which has then covered my whole surface, to having the paints all kind of mixed together. Yes, I know I put the black in first, but I poured everything else into it, so these colours kind of mixed with the black. So that's it there. You can see how that one's got a lot more of this black background, whereas this one, you can actually see the plum. I might actually torch, because there's gold under this plum here. Let's just give it a slight torch and get some little tiny, little cute gold cells coming up, hey? Because I'm sure it's under there. Just very, very lightly. I don't want too much. Let's have a look and see what that's going to do. Might not do very much at all, actually, because it was such a gentle little torch. Didn't get very close at all. Just kind of popped some little bubbles on the surface. Will I go again? Now, because I've done that, I've popped bubbles and I've got little specks. Alright, let's see what's happening. There's a few coming up. I probably need to get closer. Little black ones popping up there. Yeah, I needed to get closer. I didn't want to get too close, but here they come. Little babies. Hello! So the gold cells, they've got black in them, so not a pure gold. Most of them are not a pure gold because obviously they're mixed with other colours, which is what you're going to get. So what do you think? Do you like that one or do you like this one? I might do a big flip cup on this sort of technique instead of layering. Just pour my colours in and do my usual 2 or 3 big flip and drags and see what happens, just see what the difference is, because I really like this background. As I said, normally I get this hazy black background, which still looks nice, the cells pop, but this background, look at the plum. I've actually got plum background. It's really pretty. I'm going to take you in for a close-up. Get the gloves off. And maybe if I'd poured in twice, because I just poured once, maybe if I poured twice, maybe I would have got a little bit more mixing and not so much of this darker plum on this side. But if it was all the same, it would be a little bit boring, wouldn't it? It's nice to have a bit of a light section and a bit of a dark section. I'll just zoom you in and then I'll take you in for a close-up. There we go. Hopefully the colour, what you see is what I see, because sometimes it's a bit different. Let's go and have a look, hey? So you can see there what I mean on the bottom. Well, it looks a bit lighter through my camera screen, my phone screen. I'll try and get that glare away. Looks a little bit lighter than it does on the actual pour. Especially when I zoom in like that, it's much lighter. I'll have to stay back up here, give you the accurate colour. Okay, so there she is. Pretty pretty. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I'm happy surprised that the gold has actually come through a lot more with this technique of pouring the colours in than it did when I was layering the colours in. Happy. Okay, I'll leave it there, and I certainly will do another big flip and drag doing this technique. This is what we call, it's a true dirty pour, where you're mixing your colours into the cup before you pour, because they're sort of dirtied each other as they go in. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.